Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another session. Very glad to see you all. I'm Rachel McIntosh, and of course, with the wave of new retail traders that has hit capital markets over the course of the last 18 months, the strength and resilience of trading technology has never been so important. So I'm very pleased to introduce our moderator, Natalia Hulnik, who is the Chief Revenue Officer at Advanced Markets. And Natalia is going to lead this group of expert panelists in discussion of the most important developments in trading technology today. These experts are going to discuss how cutting-edge technology can be leveraged from risk management to acquisition, and how a data-driven approach, can bolster revenues and reduce costs. Let's welcome them to the stage. Woo!
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you. It's been a long 1.5 or 2 years, and I'm pleased to moderate this panel, Automate, Analyze, Achieve Trade and Technology today. And please welcome my highly esteemed speakers, and I will pass the microphone on to them so they can introduce themselves. Chris, on to you.
Okay, great. So my name is Christoforos Theodoulou. I'm the head of global business and sales at MetaCodes. So basically, I'm helping all our company participants, our agent offices, and our colleagues to expand into new markets. I'm helping them with the sales. So anything regarding business development, I'm the guy for MetaCodes.
Good evening. My name is Dominic Alkhouri. I'm the head of business development in ATFX. And I'm also a market analyst. Been in this business for the past 13 years. So I'd be more than happy to answer any question.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bayana Kashayeva. I'm Regional Operational Officer of Tooth Brokers in Cyprus. Tooth Brokers is a technology provider with focus on the bridge, and we also complement the bridge with our ecosystem, starting from risk management, money management, and aggregation and integration. We are 11 years in this industry, and we serve 160 brokers worldwide, from London to Singapore.
Hi all. Sorry. So I'm Arthur. I'm CEO of B2 Broker Group of companies. And B2 Broker now, it's a big group, 190 people in the team, and we serve 450 clients in 4 directions. One of them, it's our technology division, and we offer white labels of MetaQuotes, guys, and also we offer white labels of our own platforms, and also we offer our B2 Core. It's a core technology solution for any broker. And of course, we have our payment business, and which is B2B in Pay. It's a very well-known company, so we serve, I think, 60% of brokers who accept crypto as the payments from their clients. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for the intros. So let's dive right in. We're just coming through the pandemics, which becomes endemics now. Throughout this year and a half, we've witnessed a lot of digital transformation taking place across the industries. It's been reported by many in FX that it was easier for FX brokers to adjust to the the new digital world, because typically FX brokers are online brokers, so they're digitally born. However, there are still areas that a lot of FX players are targeting, like Southeast Asia and Asian region in general, that heavily rely on in-person meetings and in-person interactions for the user acquisition. So I wanted to hear from you if you have noticed or experienced or implemented any alternative user acquisition strategies, within this pandemic year, so maybe earlier, or maybe you're working on something right now, to address this digital transformation trend. So if someone wants to jump in first, you can. Dominic, you can go ahead.
All right. So I think this pandemic was something really challenging for the whole world, and it made us, it obliged us to think outside the box. but I don't think this is something that we just started now, because as ATFX, as a group, we've been focusing on social media, we've been focusing on remote working, like AI is literally the future nowadays. So we already have the technology, and we're pushing that. We've been pushing that for a few years now. So it wasn't really challenging for us. I think other businesses suffered much more than us. I think we're kind of lucky here in this business here. We didn't suffer that much, but we cannot deny that the cost has risen a lot because of the social media acquisition. But we always miss, and as you mentioned, in some countries, the personal touch or the meeting that we do is something that is a must for all of us as well, especially here in GCC. If you take an example, we have Majlis here where all the people will sit together, would discuss strategies, talk about fundamentals, technicals, whatever's happening in the market. So that's something that we miss a lot. And luckily, I think in the next few months, we're going to start reopening as you can see.
Have you implemented any like stopgap solutions to address it? Like, the fact that you were not able to meet the clients, have you implemented, video strategies? I'm just curious.
Definitely. We've been doing tons of Zoom calls, webinars, but that's something that we've been doing. As I told you, we already implemented that. We have, through AT Premier, we go live every day, we analyze the market, we talk about every single part or let's say move in the market and the reason why it happened and all these stuff. So the clients are used to that. So the extra thing that we did is basically, instead of doing those meetings, we were just going into Zoom meetings. So you would see like a laptop with each sales in a room doing their meetings.
Right. So anyone else wants to talk about Zoom fatigue? I'm kidding. Any other strategies? Artur, Bayana, do you guys want to jump in?
Yeah. So what we actually see and notice is that it's not the market that cannot operate online. I mean, it's the market can operate actually online. It's the people who cannot. The first meeting we had here in Dubai, our partner told us people don't believe in technology, they believe in people. They believe in building relationships, and I think that that's what if you want the growth, if you want to enter into new markets, you need to see people, you need to be there. So from that point, we saw that a lot of brokers, they were moving offices to Dubai, to other regions where the business wasn't interrupted, it was working and everything was opened, and that's what we've seen. And at some point, I think that, we had online meetings and calls, but we need to see people if you want to enter new markets and if you want the growth and development.
Right. Interesting. Anyone else, Artur?
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what we did from our side to introduce to brokers that they're using our MetaTrader 5 platform, we introduced a new digital acquisition channel. So what we did, we created a MetaTrader 5 leads generation program, which allows brokers that they don't really rely on face-to-face client acquisition to be able to acquire clients that they're ready to open an account and trade with a broker. So for an example, if ATFX or if any broker wants to take clients from a specific country, we have verified leads which they go to our websites to open an account, and we can direct to any broker that is interested to get these leads. And by doing so, the full process of opening an account, of verifying the documents, verifying the contact details, everything is done through MetaTrader 5 with just a few clicks, without any integrations needed, and everything is controlled, everything is verified, and it's very convenient for the clients and the brokers themselves. And we've seen an uptake on this and a lot of interest from Asian countries as well for European and so on.
Very interesting. So you introduced the new channel so that the brokers can tap into and basically acquire leads from MetaQuotes directly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Okay.
So I can say that first of all, we believe that if you have a really good product and this product suit a lot of needs of brokers and exchanges, and you should just present this product from all points of view to describe all the features, advantages, and to try to be transparent as you can, and just to describe as is all the pros, cons, advantages, disadvantages. Secondly, you should, of course, build like pretty attractive the website, because since pandemic started, then the users or visitors of websites, they also started searching and exploring your website. And third thing, it's digitalization, and as already discussed here, all the processes should be like through Jira, so you have to actually build your internal processes, how you work, how you deliver, how you communicate, to create, to adjust your policies, requirements. And and in the end, actually, if you have really good product, no matter like you have actually physical meetings or Zoom meetings or just no meetings, it doesn't matter, because if you have a good product, the clients will choose you anyway. So that's why in B2 Broker we believe that actually pandemic really helped us. You know why? Because before pandemic we were crossing the world as crazy, like every single week we were there, another week here, and almost like every month something new. And then since pandemic, it helped us just to sit down and to figure out with everything, and to do the focus on our products, to help to our clients what they really need, what they want to adjust in our products in order to help to them and to their users.
Dominic, you wanted to comment on that?
Actually, if I may, I think I just want to add one more point on what you said. I totally agree with you. And the main thing that we noticed from the clients or from the investors, from the traders, is that we've seen that most of the investors nowadays, they were comparing this pandemic with the previous crisis, and they wanted just to grab the opportunity and move with the market and buy the stocks, buy gold, whatever they want to trade. So basically, they all jump into that. That's why I was saying we were a bit lucky in this industry. We weren't really affected in a harsh way, at least. Through that pandemic, plus all the stimulus around the world, they helped us a lot, right? They helped pushing or inflating the prices of every single stock, cryptocurrency, gold, whatever, because people, they had extra money, and as you mentioned, they were sitting at home doing nothing, so they were rethinking and redoing the plan of their future.
Agree 100%.
Okay, so it seems like a panel unanimously agreed that pandemic helped us. We are a bit embarrassed to admit it, but I do agree with a lot of points. I mean, about, of course, businesses, FX businesses are online, they're digitally born. So, I mean, of course, a lot of things are already digital, but, me being on B2B sides, I can resonate with Dominic's statement and Bayana's as well about, being able to meet people face to face. I mean, there is a chemistry and element that you cannot take out of that equation as well. Technology makes it easier, certainly, to cope with the pandemics, but of course the human interaction, I think we all can agree, it's a given, we all have to have it. I'm sure I've seen personally a lot of happy faces today. We're just happy to be able, even with masks, just to say hi to each other in person. I mean, it's incredible. Let's move on to the next topic, which is a buzzword. It's big data. It's a buzzword for the last 10 years. In FX, we're dealing with a huge sets of data, right? We're dealing with a lot of trades, transactional data, pricing. So I was wondering, how has the big data, changed your company's approach to business? What kind of data-driven approaches have you taken recently to transform your product or operation or processes, internal or external, or maybe even external processes when selling leads to the clients? So, Chris, you want to start? You want to guys go in the turns?
I will start.
Okay, Bayana, go ahead.
So we actually have the entire risk management product, which is based on a big data approach, because we work a lot with their broker setups. We see how many platforms they use, the liquidity providers, the breaches there, a lot of systems. And all the systems, they generate a lot of data. And in order to manage this all, we actually need to have like a huge team to control everything, which is pretty much impossible sometimes. So at some point we realized that must be some system that has and serves as a single entry point to all of this data, so that you could have a look at the entire picture without going to, to trading platforms, to liquidity accounts, to breach. And that's what we did. We designed the BI system, the classic BI system, adapted for Forex market, which looks and checks the data across all the sources and systems, and gives the broker opportunity to look at his trading environment from single perspective.
Okay, great. Who wants to jump in next? Chris, go ahead.
Yeah. As we all know, data is growing, and if you don't know how to manage that data, then you're going to be in big trouble for your company and in general to where you're headed to. From our side, we made a lot of adjustments in our trading technology, the MetaTrader 5. So we have added support for market data to be able to control what type of market data you want to receive and how you want to distribute this market data. For an example, now in MetaTrader 5, you can receive level 1 market data, level 2 market data with depth of market, for an example. You can have delayed market data, and you can distribute this to your clients, to the traders, and the traders, they can decide to subscribe to this market data and pay for this market data. As we all know, there is market data which you need to pay a fee to the exchanges and so on. So now the brokers, they have the full control over this if they want to offer this type of service. The second thing regarding the data, it's regarding the client acquisition data. We have integrated the solution into MetaTrader 5. It was built from scratch. The name of this solution is called Finteza Analytics, and it allows you to analyze all your visitors to your websites, your affiliates, your clients, from where they're coming from, your social media, up to the point of visiting your website, registering an account, downloading MetaTrader, launching the actual MetaTrader app, starting to trade, starting to deposit, starting to redeposit, and you get the full lifetime value of this client acquisition data. And this can be linked with your marketing campaigns and with everything, so you know how much it's costing you and the actual return on investment. And the final thing that I want to add on this is that we also added in this Finteza Analytics engine, we have added something regarding the transactional data. It's a new system that is called e-commerce. It's a separate function and allows you to track your deposits and your withdrawals of your clients within the MetaTrader 5 and within the Finteza Analytics system. So in a nutshell, it can give you the full picture of what's going on in the brokerage without the need to dig deep. And it's very, very simple to use and can be applied because it's integrated out of the box with MetaTrader 5. This is especially for brokers that they are new into the market. Most of the other brokers, maybe they have existing systems, but especially for the new ones, it's very useful and very easy to apply. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. All right, who wants to go next? Dominic?
I think the data, we can split it into a lot of sections, and we have tons of data in this business. What we care about as ATFX is not just the data, as you mentioned, the data that we have the pricing. We have a lot of data that we can split. But what we care about in ATFX is simply to protect the data of our clients, because this is something really important here. We created a lot of new ways, so we invested into technology. I think this is related directly to the technology. We invested a lot into technology, from the way we analyze the data, from the way we store it, and the CRM system. Everything is just to serve us, filter those data and get whatever you need at the right time. We were able to introduce, let's say, a couple of months ago, the face recognition as well, to simplify the way the user would use something like our platform or our even portal. So this is from our perspective, like how we look to data. We try our best just to protect our clients from that part. From the other way, if we're gonna think like operation side, we have a lot of data that is stored, definitely the tech data, the pricing and all these stuff. We've created, as I mentioned before, AT Premier. So what we do in AT Premier, we analyze all these data, we create the sentiments. Those sentiments will give us basically some kind of indication or how the flow is going in the market. We can take those data from different websites, from different brokers, from different banks, liquidity providers, and all of these will give our traders and the investors a view what's going to happen next, or what are the people doing at the moment. The traders, are they buying, are they selling, what's happening? So this is what we do.
Great. Okay, Arthur, do you want to expand on any data-driven approaches?
Yeah,
that need to be
I
taken?
actually agree with Dominic, and I just want to add on top of that, for example, here is also like two ways of thinking, and first it's data for clients, or let's say for users of your services or products, and of course from this perspective, all companies, that's what we do also. We try to structure this data in a very, because for example, let's take a look on, I don't know, let's say B2B in pay. And when you are a broker and you have 100,000 active clients, and they do a lot of transactions, like in terms of deposit and withdrawals, and when you have like 100,000 transactions, and you just open the list, and the system asks you, you want to see, let's say, how many lines you want to see, 100 or 1,000, and how many tabs. So what you going to do with this information, right? Actually, I know personally that the owners of the companies and the seniors managers, they don't really look at these like thousands of lines. They don't really want to go very deep. They want something simple. Okay, how much I received today, how much clients withdrew today, how much we made on commissions, how much we made on something else. That's it. You need just 6, 7, 8 numbers. So that's why when we design our systems for clients, no matter corporate clients or just consumers or institutional brokers, so we try to create different samples of presenting the information. For example, according to different roles. If you are, let's say, senior manager, you have a template which potentially might be interesting for your senior management. If you are, let's say, technical support team, so you need to know, first of all, you should have a hot monitoring alerts in order something happens, so you should know about them. Not clients should notify you that something is wrong. You have to notify client first that, oh, sorry, so let us fix us, give us 5 minutes. So, and technical support team, they have to see also how many tasks there and so on. So actually what I'm trying to say is that if we are talking about products, so any data should be very well presented for the particular departments of the company in order to satisfy their needs and in order to simplify their operation. Thus, they actually don't forget that this is one of the first reasons why they came to you and bought your solution. So, and in terms of products itself or systems, of course, we believe in a multi-service architecture of any products, because in this case, any model or any microservice, let's say, became as a bottleneck in your technical system, then you can replace this bottleneck. So that's why microservice architecture, it's one of the key at any service. And of course, now cloud solutions, they are pretty secure, but the cost is pretty high. And let's say if we compare cloud, AWS, Amazon, right? Or let's say Azure or Google Cloud. So it's one of the best and stable cloud storages and cloud hosting, but you gotta pay for that. So it's you have to pay premium for that. And what I see every month, like invoices are increasing from them. So, but what we can do? Yes, thank you.
Great. Bayana, you wanted to add something on that?
Yes, I'd like to add that, yes, of course, the data should be presented in a very nice, easy to understand way. However, even the most insightful information can be useless if you don't know what to do with it further. And I think that that's the other side, like the problem of managing the big data, because if you don't know where to look, what you're going to expect, and how you're going to apply this knowledge further, then it's going to be useless.
Right, I absolutely agree. So I think everyone, expanded in quite detail about, what the types of data-driven approaches that you guys have taken, and everyone recognizes the power of data. So that dovetails nicely into my next question about, harnessing that power. I mean, you already touched upon the data visualization and, how to, provide the data in a digestible for the user format. I just wanted to bring up an example of, another way, like the brokerage in the US, Robinhood found the new ways and commercialize and transactional data. And I was just wondering if there are ways that the companies have found to commercialize, monetize the data that, you all mentioned we have tons of data, we store prices, we store transactions, we store leads. I've heard from Chris that they already found a creative way to monetize it. Any other examples, that you represent brokerage houses, technology firms, any other examples that you guys can provide? Dominic, you can go ahead. Yeah. Mic is working? Okay.
Okay. Regarding the example that you gave about Robinhood as a brokerage firm, I think we've seen over the past 5 years a lot of companies developing the same way as Robinhood. We can give a lot of examples, but at the same time, we mentioned something that the approaches are different from a country to another. Mm-hmm. So in some countries, you're going to notice the way we create a lead, the way we approach a client is going to be successful. In another country, it won't work at all. And we go back to the first points where the personal touch will make a huge difference, either by a seminar, webinar, one-to-one meeting, coaching, whatever the client is requesting. Now, from the view, if we're going to talk about the acquisition or the creation of those leads, definitely we all go back to the main source, which is the main thing that makes the quality of the leads, or at least for us as a broker, is simply the quality of the video that you're going to attract with on social media, the quality of the banner, of the whatever you're going to use on the website, on all these stuff, the technology, the AI that you used to attract those people. So all of that will elevate or will create a better quality of lead for us. So and it will put us in a different brokerage type next to Robinhood. I don't think ATFX is approaching the same way, but we're looking further to much further. Let's say investing in technology, investing in different way to analyze the risk management. All these stuff will simplify and create a very user friendly experience for the clients.
Okay. All right. Anyone else wants to talk about how they harness the power of big data? Artur, do you jump in?
Actually, yeah, Robinhood, it was a great example. I see actually now many even forex brokers, they also started doing this, like they remove commissions and they leave only there some kind of spread. Yeah, of course they say to users that it's a raw spread. It might be, I don't know. And then they just offer like trade on the raw spread with monthly payments. So, and they have different subscription models. For example, $10 a month, or like for premium accounts, $100 a month. And then they offer them different packages. And actually, I think that it's a pretty clever approach. So, for example, for $100 a month, you get, I don't know, some education, some advisements, some maybe personal account manager, something else, you know. So every broker has to adjust these packages according to his business model. And even we are, you know, even like as a B2B business, we created this packages approach for our products. You know why? Because we found out that not really many clients, they need like everything. Like mostly of them, for example, they wanna, for them it's better to pay less and to use like less functions as well. And maybe they really don't need all this your premium package where everything is included. So that's why we also implemented this approach for our first product more than 1 year ago for B2 Core. And just a couple of days ago, we released the new packages for all our products, for B2 Core, B2 Trader, B2 Margin. And that's actually retail brokerage companies. I see the new brokers, they started
Started
doing
disrupting, creating those disruptive pricing models.
Yes,
kind of
yes.
following the Robinhood suit.
So
yeah.
it might work. I don't know, like.
Chris, what do you see from your
Yeah,
side?
From our side, because we saw this coming, that because I heard my peers here talking about Robinhood, we saw this coming, that the demand for stocks trading, and more specifically fractional stocks trading, was going to come into the market. We already prepared our platform, the MetaTrader 5, and we have full support for fractional stocks trading, also commission free. And we even went a step further, and we have made the integration with US broker dealers, so you can get direct access to commission-free US stocks trading for your clients with very, very simple connections, straightforward, and it's a product that can be offered. And to finish the whole equation on this, we have adjusted our platform, the MetaTrader 5, to have better support for actual stocks trading, not just as in CFDs, but as in actual cash equities, with the all needed functionality for this.
Great. All right. So
Good news.
yeah, for everyone.
Can I just add some extra points here? My personal opinion about Robinhood is that their strategy and the business model is indeed innovative, but for USA market, for stock market specifically, when in our industry we've seen these business models like everywhere, brokers hiding commissions in the spread or markups. And I mean, I'm not sure how it is innovative, but what we've seen, the change is, and the trend is some brokers, they were looking for opportunity to extend trading hours beyond Monday to Friday trading up to the weekend. And we have a lot of requests from different parts of the world, because it's not like in every country the business was continuing and operating. For example, in Cyprus, we've been in 3 lockdowns, and so we have a lot of time, and it's like in many countries this way. So I think that the biggest change, innovative change, is the weekend FX trading.
You unlock the power of weekend traders,
Yeah.
weekend investors.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's move on to another big subject that we probably want to talk about. It's risk management. It's obviously essential for any brokerage operation. There's a lot of tools, technology around it, and I wanted to bring up into the limelight the case of Archegos. Whatever the correct way to pronounce it. It's the U.S. fund that kind of got burned by the leverage recently. It's one of those cautionary tales that we all hear about. The mismanagement of risk and the bad practices and so on and so forth. So what changes have you seen recently in the brokerage operations that change this traditional risk management practices or disrupt them, or perhaps there are other ways that people manage risk using different tools, maybe some new technology, again, maybe driven by data, for example. So looking forward to hearing from you. Who wants to go first on this one? Seems like Dominic ready to jump right in. Go ahead.
Okay, I think risk management is literally the most important thing for any broker, trader, investor. It's literally the core of trading. It's like when you say, I don't know, like a human without a heart. That's the heart. That's literally the heart of trading. And if you don't have proper risk management, the whole company, broker, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're running, it's gonna break. It's gonna fall. So definitely the technology and the data that we mentioned, it helped us a lot. And we've learned from every single mistake that happened over the years. We have really the experts in our company to take care of that part. Now, the way that we do it definitely changed. How did it change? Simply, now we're using more technology with that. So with the way we analyze the data is different. Before, back in the days when I used to work as a dealer, we used to do that on Excel. Now there's no more.
The days are gone.
Yeah, so luckily, yeah. Right. So now we're not doing that anymore. Now we have programs. They can analyze everything. That just give you the whatever risk you have. The programs, they can even tell you your exposure and how much you're gonna hedge from your exposure, or how much you're gonna close, how much you're gonna open. Whatever you need, everything is now into the new programs. And ATFX, as a billion-dollar company, first of all, it gives more room and space for us to breathe with the risk appetite. That's one. Second, adding to the idea that we were talking before, being transparent with the clients, with the type of accounts that they're having, will make us at least kind of like manage our risk much more with that. So we have different type of clients. We deal with different type of even corporate accounts all over the world. So each one of them will trade in a different way. And as long as we're working in parallel, transparent, the client is happy, and we have a proper risk management. So we would never reach the phase where we're gonna face an issue like the issues that we've seen in the US.
Okay, great. So some regulatory capital and automation definitely helps. All right, Bayana.
I completely agree with you that the risk management is the core system of every brokerage, and I think that nowadays at every meeting the very first, okay, not the very first, but top 3 topic of discussion would be the risk management. And it's not only the case for the well-established brokers, but also for those who starting up the business, entering the market. They care how they are going to manage the risk. They want a technology partner to protect their interests. And I think that the biggest change that we see is that people, they are not looking for universal solution, because there can't be a universal solution. Everyone is looking at different aspects and evaluating different risks. And I think that from the technology point of view, it's our responsibility to provide flexible system that is going to be adapted for any brokerage business model and will be useful for the broker of any size. And we also see this interest coming in their aspect of the breach, because we, like in many bridging systems, there is a risk management inside, and we see this coming from when the brokers applying pre-scheduled trading conditions, or they're managing their books, and they don't rely on their, of course they want to be aware in the moment with notification systems, etc., but they don't rely on the in-momentum decisions, because they want to analyze, look at the past, and to make better decisions.
Great. Okay. Artur, anyone else wants to add
Sure.
to the risk management topic? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Actually, I know for a fact that there are only, let's say, the general two ways to manage that. The first is to hire a professional team, and even you have a fully automated tools, plugins, bridge hubs, it doesn't matter. So you need to have a professional team to manage that, because all these tools, yeah, you can adjust like percentage or like post-execution, pre-execution, like to try to catch the positive slippage and so on. So everything, yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And but for sure, when you have a, so it's like pilot. Now all the airplanes, they use the autopilot, right? But still they have pilots there. So here's the same. So you might have a breach from, I don't know, Tools for Brokers or 1.0, and then what? And the second way, it's to find a professional company who does it, who does the risk management. So because there are the several companies, right, who are doing this. So that's why this is the general two ways. And of course, every broker has to decide, first of all, does he want to do the risk management, or maybe he wants to be pure, let's say, STP, multi-asset broker. So he connect with liquidity provider who provides, let's say, securities, crypto spot, crypto CFD, Forex, etc. So all the major assets, and you can apply commissions, markups, percentage, and just make money on the volume. So, or if you go another way with the risk manager, then you should take a look on the two options. That's what I just mentioned before.
Right, absolutely agree. I like how we ended up where we started, that without humans, none of this magic will be happening, right? You know, especially with the risk management, you know, when you're managing the book, you know, as much as you trust technology, you can't trust it completely. So on that note, I'd like to wrap up the discussion. Thank you so much for sharing your insight, and thanks so much for the great panel. And we have a few minutes left for the questions from the audience. So audience, please feel free to raise your hand if you have any questions. Any of us will be happy to answer. Thank you so much. Yes, please go ahead.
Hello, thank you very much for your time. One question in relation to risk management, which is very important, as we all agree. Now, AI plays a huge role in today's era. Now, any recommendation of you actually have used a software that utilizes AI in risk management with our industry, from your experience, or any particular softwares that you have used that you would recommend for risk management that you have used?
Who wants to take that? I mean, if no one, I can jump in.
Yeah, I cannot just give advice because we don't use it. You know, it's not our focus area. Our focus is prime of prime liquidity or prime of prime brokerage. So maybe someone else.
Just to jump in on this, I can answer you briefly. I'm not going to say a name of a program, but here you have two choices. It's mainly one of the things as well that we discussed. You can either develop your own system, or you can get a system that is already created. Now, it depends on the type of business that we're talking about. Are we talking about a brokerage firm or not? If it's a brokerage firm, then there are already tons of programs that have been already created, and it's much cheaper to just get one of those and maybe develop it and make it better. There are a lot of, maybe when you go down, I can give you a couple of names, but you have to choose between those two, and depends on the risk appetite, whatever you want to do with that, and the type of business that we're talking about.
And I guess even you load there like all your data, and AI try to identify the patterns of your traders and users. Yeah, like nobody can predict that the decisions will be exact what you expect for, or what you are looking for. So this is why maybe you know, because everyday coins, they change their patterns, and because one day you see this coin trade like this, and tomorrow he trades in another way, just because he just plugged another robot. So, and that's it. So that's why anyway you need someone who will be at least monitoring this.
Yeah, if I were to add, I think a lot of the risk management systems that brokerages are using, I mean, if there's been said on the panel, there's no one size fits all. I mean, everyone has somewhat custom tailored solution, because your risk approach differs. You know, where are you regulated? You know, what's your regulatory capital? You know, do you have to manage you have an exposure limit? Do you look at the whole book overall by currency, exposure by currency, or do you go and, you know, do the analysis by clients? And everyone tends to have their individual approach based on their, you know, geography, their tolerance to risk, you know, just the general business strategy approach. But that said, I think currently a lot of technology vendors will offer some sort of analysis, like decay analysis, for example, for you to, you know, be able to analyze your trade-in data. And again, you know, from there, you probably still want to add something on top of that is custom developed to address your own unique needs. All right, great. Any other questions? All right, if no more questions, we'll adjourn. Thank you so much. Thank you, panelists. Great discussion, and thank you so much, audience, for listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for having us.